I'm going to have to check. Might be 9th and 10th.
Either way, I think it's better with 9. That sounds more fun. That being said, it'd be harder to find the matchups unless you run it Gauntlet style, which we have done in the past. I need to just do a bit of a refresh on the bracket and what it's going to look like, because things have all changed. And now let's see how things change in this draft, because we are fearless. And honestly, that is the word of the night. These teams, both of them, fearless. Probably should have been a bit more fearful in both of these games at certain points. But let's see how it is going to go here in game number 3 when it is all on the line. The Bros, they've done this before. They did it 2 days ago. They took down DK in a reverse sweep, best of 3 style.
You are correct, by the way. I think it's the it's number 1, 2, and 3. So 9 and 10 are out.
Yep.
So that means that we probably won't be because I think one of these 2 teams is probably going to be in 9th. Might be BNK. It could theoretically still be DK, depending on how collapsed you truly think they are.
You'd have to colossally collapse, I think.
Well, no, they're like 10 points ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking just a normal collapse. We're talking big collapse.
And we do have just confirmation that 9th and 10th are both out, as we just learned. Good to know that I at least remembered that. But
and once you're in play-ins, you can do whatever you can dream of. You know, you can make it all the way.
Exactly.
It is possible. You could go on a run, Atlas.
Oh, the Brun. Imagine it.
The Brun?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that reminds me of that really cute TV show with the car called Brum. Do you remember?
What is the recent greatest? Is it? Well, it's DRX actually. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like, what is the greatest run? Like, is it? No, it's DRX.
It's just DRX.
It's just DRX. Yeah, never mind. Huh.
It's kind of frustrating, isn't it? Because that'll never be topped, and so it's just always DRX from now on.
Well, it's because they won. I think otherwise Hanwha might have actually if they both ended in the same place, I think the Hanwha run might have still been crazier.
True. But I
the
mean,
2021, but again, I'm not trying to argue this because it is DRX.
Yeah.
We both know this.
Yeah.
For a fact, as we are. You know, normally this early rel prio, I'm not a fan, but Alistair is out and it is Palu. So I'm down with it. I respect it. I like it as the Rise is picked up here for Yehu. What is Closer going to play into it?
I'm not sure about first pick Rise. Doesn't make me feel fantastic, but
it did win in
that's true. In the previous series.
It did.
There's the Cassiopeia, and that was not what was picked by Chovy in our last series. So this time, the Snake Lady. We got Horse Pants and Snake Lady. It's very, very cool stuff. As Sponge and Yehu, what are we going to be locking away here to augment this composition? Jungle Pool is looking a little thin, especially after the Nocturne and Pantheon were both banned away. We'll see where Sponge is going to go, as the Rakan is a consideration, likely the Xayah to follow. Teddy is big advocate for Xayah, always has been. Still, they could go with something else. This could be just them making sure they have some engage.
I think Xayah does run into Jinx. Could see that come through. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Jarvan, combined with Rakan, really strong. Also takes away a lot of the strong AD carries that you want to go at this point in the game, right? Lucian's out. Ezreal's out. Can go Xayah, but you'll still be stuck.
Yep. Can't exactly fly over that wall.
What do you play here? Because you want something that can kind of deal.
Oh,
you could go...
Morgan knows.
So you could actually, funnily enough, you could go Renekton and go an AD jungler and just go Ziggs. I'm not even joking.
True.
Like Ziggs into like if he ults you just ult yourself and then Satchel and then he dies.
Yep.
I could see it. I wouldn't hate it, actually, more I think about it.
Let's see where the hype does want to go there. And then, what's the AD jungle that you do decide to pick alongside it? Is it like a Viego or a Zed? I guess Zed's a bit flavor of the month at the moment.
I wouldn't mind Zed. What else do we still have open? Pantheon's out, Nocturne's out.
Fury. Haven't seen the Fury in a while.
Yeah, I think the Fury's kind of bad
Probably
now.
a Brian.
They actually make the... Okay, let's... They actually make the read. Like this a lot. The Zed ban, I think, is very warranted.
Like it.
And this
jungle pool is going to get well and truly.
It is. There's going to be something that we're not thinking of right now that's like super obvious. Oh God.
What? Wait. What?
It's Lee.
Oh my God, you're right.
can't believe we're not thinking of arguably the most iconic jungler ever.
Is it not that we should be considering
Well, I don't
the
think...
AD carries, though? Because, like, maybe it's a Kai'Sa? You could theoretically Kai'Sa your way out of a Cataclysm.
You could Kai'Sa. Yeah, I think Kai'Sa works. But I do think playing Kai'Sa into work... Okay, oh my god.
Well, they're banning the Lee as well.
I am really happy that I mentioned both Zed and Lee, and then they both got banned. I do kind of... That makes me feel good. That was nice. That was nice. Take the win.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, now what does Croco play, though? That's the real question.
Maybe you just slam Ziggs here and give yourself more time to think about it.
Could do it that way. Let's see. It's Croco that we're focusing on at the moment. And,
all right,
oh
well...
God, it's my train of thought. Oh, no. I liked yours a lot better, but instead we have got the Croc and the cat, and it's a menagerie. We've got horse, we've got snake, we've got the crocodile, and we've got the kitty cat. So what animal can be picked for the bottom lane?
What are we playing here as hype? You can't go Ziggs anymore. Like, I really...
No, absolutely
There's no shot. So what do you go? Because everything else that's good runs into the Jarvan problem.
Do you know Teddy has played the most Sivir in a single game out of any other player on the planet?
Yes, I am aware. I also know that Umpty killed Faker like 90 minutes in.
Did he really? What was he playing?
Kha'Zix.
It was Kha'Zix, wasn't it? It was into the Kassadin, and it was a very cool moment because it was the very end of the game. Anyway, we have now the
He's gonna slam like Ashe or something and just be unhappy.
Or just say
Kai'Sa, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no! So like they weren't listening when you were talking. I guess they were listening when you were talking about the Lee and the Zed, and so then they banned that away.
Well, it's like
so
what? But it makes sense because like what?
Yeah, no. What else are you gonna play?
Are you gonna play like Olaf? That's not a champion. Tarzan showed us that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, I think Neferi's kind of rough. I'm sure there's stuff that we can think of if you just sit there and aren't casting. One or two obvious AD junglers that maybe we're not... Like Talon?
Talon's kind of fun.
I don't hate Talon, actually. Owner would have picked Talon.
Oh, no. Well, Cuz would have picked Viego.
Okay, but that's bad. Viego is actually bad, though. I feel like Talon actually... In this spot, that's like, I could see it.
Yep.
Talon Ziggs, I think you feel better. I'm worried for bro.
It depends how much they can play around topside. I think that this all comes down to how much Morgan can just crush this lane with Croco's help.
Does Croco have his card? We don't know this, actually. Because right now, I don't think anyone besides Kenyon has the card.
Yeah, Peanut had it for a little bit, but he lost it.
He definitely he does. He's no longer in possession.
Yeah, he kind of forgot to re-up the license and lost it, unfortunately.
Lucid had it once upon a time. That was nice.
Well, you've got a pretty comfy looking draft here out of DRX moving into this game number 3. And the bros are experimenting. There's certainly going to be some laning prowess that they might be able to find. See how it does go. Let's dive into the Rift. All right. Do really like the vibe in here today. Both sides of Lol Park erupting as these fan chants ring through, and it is late, right? It is like almost 10:15. It's getting to the point where it's like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to take a cab because we're not gonna have the train to get home. And the energy in this room is still electrifying. There is a problem though, because I was talking about it, and we've got horse, snake, cat, crocodile,
and lady,
and Kai'Sa.
Well, Rel's also a girl, right? So I know she is metal horse pants, but she's not. It's not actually a horse, though.
I know, but you can get with. I mean, Azir is also
horse
not a pigeon.
Isn't okay,
but Azir is a
pigeon.
pigeon.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but doesn't Kai'Sa, isn't it like a Venom situation? Isn't the thing alive?
Oh yeah, but it's not really. It's like
it's a void creature, but it is alive.
We were in a bit of like a farmyard type vibe, or at least a zoo.
Yeah, what would you have picked though?
Cogmore, because then you can be Pugmore, and then you're a doggo.
Well, Corki was banned because it was fearless, right?
What about 80 carry Nasus? Because then you could have a doggo. 80 carry Renekton? Sorry, not Renekton.
You were
Rengar?
You were losing me, Atlas.
These are just the animals that you could have picked.
No.
It would have been double cat if it's
Well, Zaya was another, but Zaya was banned.
Yeah, they had to ban that. Well, crash down here towards the bottom side as Polo does find a nice little stun on Andal, who finds nothing with the grand entrance. So it's decent, but Teddy is still full health, and he's just bouncing these Beyblades all over the lane. And the bros realize they're going to need a few more bandages here in this bottom lane.
Also, Hype going for Ghost, not going for
and
using more defensive. Did use it, yeah. They got a good amount of damage down, but unless they get damage down on Teddy as well, it's a bit rough. I do think that early on Kai'Sa has way more damage, thanks to her passive and her Q, than Sivir does. Lethal tempo as well here for Hype. Now this mid lane matchup, Closer, known as a very mechanically minded mid lane. There's a reason, right? If you make your name on champions like Aurelia and Akali,
yeah,
those are really mechanic champion first and foremost. As Ondil?
Yeah,
if that passive gets procced, he would have been in a bit of a rough spot, but I guess he's fine.
And the thing is, like, Andal just makes himself a target, and then while they're busy trying to kill him, Teddy is just hitting them with buttons. Boomerang Blade comes down. He's just walking at them. He's just walking at them. Croco is here, looking for a bit of an angle. But remember, I mean, Sponge is Jarvan, probably one of the best early ganking junglers in the game. So they have to be so incredibly careful. Croco just going to look for the crab. And Hype needs to be really careful. These little pizzas are really getting scary. I know that's not the skin he's using. In fact, Teddy using a very weird skin. It's like pack Sivir, or like you just don't pick a skin.
They know about this gang, by the way, so I think it's a good call from Croco to dip. Not run the risk. Would have been a time waste if he did. Yeah, yep. I'm not sure. I do know that I did see Croco go for the best Nidalee skin, which is nice.
Is it the Canyon skin?
It's the Canyon skin.
Yeah.
And there's also Renekton with Renektoy, which is also the best.
Oh yeah, Morgan always to be trusted to use the best Renekton skin every single time.
Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Glorious. Looking good, as per usual. Well, Croco is just going to wrap around, get some traps in, and then wait for his camps. Just suffering from success a little bit when it comes to clearing things out a little bit too quickly. Not going to be going overly aggressive or anything like that, looking for counter jungling at this stage of the game. So the pathing a little measured, a little game 3 here.
Oh, this is a long one, Atlas.
Oh yeah.
We are not going anytime soon. Don't you worry. That means our viewers are secured. Guaranteed, some might say.
Cannon was just missed there.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. But guaranteed pure entertainment for at least the next 30 minutes.
Yep, and that is a huge advantage that Teddy now has in this lane. You can see he's behind in farm, but ahead in gold. The power of the cannon. Deary me.
On the other end, it's cold season for Hype.
All right, so just saying we don't really mind what happens in the lane.
This is also one of the games where I think DRX feel better about their scaling. But it's not like Bros is bad, you know? Like between the Kai'Sa and the Kai'Sa Rel and Cassio.
Yep.
You're always going to have good threats. Their front to back is a lot clunkier than DRX. I think DRX comp is a lot more straightforward to play out.
I do think that, yeah, if Bro mess up the initial salvo, right, they can't get on top of Teddy. Teddy just kills everyone, I think. They just don't have the range to deal with Sivir.
Well, yeah, but I do think the Kai'Sa to me in late game is just so insanely strong if you can just get on top of the enemy. Because your burst is just kind of out there. But as you say, they do need to actually be cleaning their setups, which Bro have been sometimes.
I think they know they can do it. Sometimes they decide not to do it.
Oh, it's all up. It's all choice.
Yeah, well,
I believe in the Bro whenever they lose, it's just their choice.
They get the statement back, like how much tax is actually being accrued. If there's not enough, then, you know, let's just run it down. If there is enough, they perfectly set up, they find the angles, they fight back from any deficit, and they bring us to a 3-game series. As Polo finds a Shattering Strike onto Teddy's Spell Shield. And we'll just now vacate the area. Got a bit of a back coming on through there as the Void Seeker does find that one melee minion. And the Ghost back off cooldown, the heal the same thing. Everything equalized, but it is just a bit of a potential lane swap angle. Never mind, just going for a reset. So not going to be swapping these lanes at this point in time.
It's Bro and Brew. It's game 3, Atlas.
We do be brewing. That is the case. Morgan up here on this top side, though, alone for now. Rich is just passing by. Didn't actually use teleport. Neither did Morgan, as he went back and got some steel caps. And yeah, we are just very calmly ping-ponging the waves back and forth.
You want to hear my smoothie story from?
Please tell me the
Fang?
smoothie story.
So it was me and Mr. Daniel Dracos, and I think it was the day of finals.
That was the day you kind of looked like a vampire, right?
So what I was going for was Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts, but instead I looked like evil Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
It definitely did give off those vibes.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I always enjoyed doing that type of stuff. Just you know,
keep it interesting.
Why not, right? Might as well. We're on camera. Fun to play around with it a little bit. I didn't think it looked particularly. Again, skill issue on my end. Makeup did a wonderful job. But on that day, we got there was this place called, I forgot what the name was, but it was basically like, you know, like a healthy food store, and they did smoothies.
Yeah.
And I got a really nice smoothie. And up until that point, I only got like the bowls, you know, like an acai bowl with just a lot of fruit.
Yeah, those
stuff. I'm holding off a little bit to see if we get action. I don't think we'll get action. I think we're very much brewing, and it looks like we're solid.
Yeah, Teddy actually didn't get the memo that we're not doing this.
No, he does. He does. It's fine.
No, he just sat there for a while longer than necessarily needed to.
Yeah, not at all. Apollo to be the bot.
Yep.
So I got my smoothie, but up until that point, I only got the balls. Dracos kept saying, "Mom, I'm telling you, these smoothies are amazing." You know, in there you could like slam extra fiber in there, extra protein. It's just a lot of. I think I got a mango one towards the end.
That's pretty cool.
It was wonderful. So I'm trying to drink my smoothie. And. Like, man, this is really good. And then at some point, like, the straw stops working. I'm like, what's happening? Why am I not getting my smoothie? And I asked Dracos, he's like, no, I've never had this issue. Like, maybe blow on it a little bit. So I try to blow just a little bit on the straw.
Oh, God.
And I don't know if you guess what happened next.
How much of it went all over your face and how much went all over your front?
So I actually, thanks to my cat... Oh!
Never mind, bit of a dive here towards the bottom side, and that is just a dead Sante.
It's Rich. Hands up in frustration.
And I don't know, yeah, it's...
So that's how I felt, actually, right there. Because my entire face and my shoes, I actually didn't get on my shirt, were covered in smoothie.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It was the perfect time to get to the end of the story, right as Rich got smoothie all over his face as well.
I know.
Under the bottom lane out of turret. We're going to have a look at it one more time.
It makes sense that you'd feel safe because you're Cassante.
Oh,
but you just don't...
Look at these minions, man.
Yeah, so the combination of the minions and also... Why are you are on the weak side, my friend. Just sit there. The wave was coming for you. That was why the hands were up. That was an unforced error.
Yeah, and it's also one of these times as well where you're against a Renekton. I think you're feeling the pressure as well to not let him get a big lead in the early game.
And you did
also,
that?
I guess you don't really have to care that much, right?
But he did.
Yeah. Now he's 40 good. CS down.
Yeah, because he just died and lost like 2 waves.
And also, Morgan doesn't seem to have been put that far behind by the lane swap either. He was in a 1v2 scenario for quite some time.
So the only win for DRX is that Hollow got the kill. That's it.
Yep. Well, that's a positive. Still going to be getting to that redemption a little bit earlier, if that's what he does decide to go for.
I did finish the rest of the smoothie, by the way, and it was really nice.
I mean, mango smoothies are just good.
Yeah. But it was gruesome. It wasn't great.
Tell you what really made my life better? Discovering avocado smoothies.
Oh yeah, you've told me about this.
Avocado smoothies is just the best place.
Yeah, my wife always tries to sell me on avocado juice, which I think is just an avocado smoothie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like strawberry juice. And isn't that just a smushed strawberry?
No, I think they're a lot more juicy than avocados, but I think it's the same, right?
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird situation.
You Australians do love avocados, I have been told.
We are, I mean, avocado toast. That's why no one owns a house. Spend all of our money on avocado toast.
Yes.
It's absolutely true.
Certainly.
It's Rich and Morgan facing off. Rich actually still holding his own, as we can see. Trying to pull things back. Does have the Bramble Vest, at least. But I think Morgan just pretty happy with how this game has gone. Haven't seen too much of the Croco-Morgan combo. It's still relatively early days, I guess, although 12 minutes, probably about the time where you will have wanted to have your Crocodile and Cat Lady in a somewhat relative vicinity.
Wait, he's going AD?
Wait, what? Okay.
Oh, maybe. Well, actually, it might be like the Shyvana build where you go Shojin into like Liandry's.
That's kind of fun.
I kind of like that.
Let's see how it's going to work here for Croco as in goes Sponge. Magnus going to try and turn this though as Petrifying Gaze doesn't quite get the stuns and down goes Polu. The spears are sort of flying all wayward and Closer is just dead. DRX, they answer back beautifully here, but don't quite know what the plan was there by the bros.
I am uncertain what the plan though was there. As you're saying, Atlas, I feel like they blew everything into... Oh.
Well, Type is possibly also dead. Grand Entrance going to connect this time, but he makes it underneath the turret, utilizing the flash.
Oh, that's big. If he dies as well, it would have been a complete disaster. Now it's still not great, but there's
a bit of a disaster.
Yeah. Well, can you have a mild disaster? I feel like then it's just like an inconvenience, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But it is a big inconvenience. Like, we're right on the verge between mild disaster, because why are we all-inning? We don't need to all-in onto the Sponge here.
Maybe they thought they'd find a Killer Instinct
Especially
to get hype in there.
You can't do that.
Well, if in doubt, kill Rich seems to be the plan here, as there is the Croco and Morgan show that we were asking for, and that's a 1.5k gold lead for Morgan's Crocodile, guys. And look, there are leads on Renekton's we've seen in the past. This is not any regular lead. This is a guy who has an emote in the game of this champion. And we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Black Cleaver is now completed as Rich went all out, but then he was all out of options or something.
I don't even know if he wins the 1v1 is the worst part. Oh, Rich, we've seen this before. This man has had really good performances marred by sometimes kind of giving into the tilt.
Yeah.
And now that first kill, it's not good, but I think you can come back from that. The second one is, I think, a lot more costly.
Well, we might be seeing the third one, although the Nidalee is a little bit far away, and there's a Rakan coming down to offer some assistance. Yeah, who up here towards the top side?
It's Closer. He is going to be really big in like 15 minutes, because it looks like he's going for Archangels next.
Yeah, he's doing the Ryze build. He's up against Ryze, just copy the build. You also really
Ryze,
like having a bunch of extra mana on Cassiopeia, I guess.
I agree, but I do also think you're not going to be doing any damage.
No.
And Ryze has utility, and you do not. Well, if you're old, but like, how often do we actually see that as utility? Well, it looks like Croco is actually going the...
You have the Miasma. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine, but I don't think it warrants the champion. They're going to contest!
Oh, let's see whether they can actually find the angle as the spear is just avoided here by DRX. Teleport back in from Closer, though, as he's looking for the angle. Croco needs to land some of these, but he's not really hitting them, and there goes the Drake. Void Seeker going to connect onto Rich, and it's going to be a Hextech Soul this game as well. That's massive. Walking down to 50% here as Yehu does spot out where the Renekton is.
1-1 in Drakes, 2-2 in kills. That's how I like my Ryze group matches, Atlas.
Oh yeah. Legend group could never. All right. Spear doesn't find anything. Void Seeker doesn't find anything. The Rift Herald is just going to be secured here by DRX. Bros still retain a 2,000 gold lead off the back end of this. It's kind of crazy that they're able to get that far ahead. Of course, most of it is on the Crocodile. And it's largely because they've just taken more farm. As you can see, mid lane pretty even, 80 carry pretty even. There's a catastrophically massive gap between Rich and Morgan right now.
Shh, if we don't talk about it too much, it's not real.
Oh, but it is.
No, it is.
And I've talked about it a lot.
You do love talking about Morgan.
I just tend to talk.
Well,
and actually mainly about Morgan.
I was about to say. All goes back to 2021, Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
The Morgan Camille.
I still have all of the trading cards. Every single Morgan trading card.
Oh, you know I'm sitting on an empty card.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've got my I've got an effort card as well. I think I have like 9 of them. Looking forward to it.
I also have Pace, which obviously I'm very happy about.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
Bunch of Zeus cards. It's nice.
I got a Faker. I don't know whether it was like a holographic Faker.
Like the foil?
Yeah. I got a couple of foils. I just can't remember. I only know that I got all of them.
I definitely got Pace in foil. That was awesome.
All right, bit of a grand entrance here from Andil, but it's Polu that decides to go back in with the crash now. Cataclysm going to come on through. And Croco just pounces his way out. They do get the exhaust, so there's that, but Polu can replace that one pretty quickly and does so immediately, in fact.
As we don't have an objective right now, so these ults being thrown out, not super consequential. They are kind of starving Sponge out of resources though, which I do like.
Yep.
In mid lane.
Morgan and Rich fighting one another. There is the Black Cleaver first, completed here by Morgan, but Thornmail still working out here for Rich.
I like the Black Cleaver first though. And you can actually trade against Cassante and not go for too many autos, so it's not one of those situations. Like if you just use E and Q, right, for the trades.
Yep.
You won't be taking the healing reduction until you actually auto, so you can kind of trade around that.
Well, Hype here just trying to catch these waves when they approach. Level 11s for both of our AD carries, never mind. Level 12 for Teddy, who's doing a great job just continuing to be Sivir, right? Wants to be getting the 3 items as soon as possible.
Oh, he knows. He is the Sivir guy.
He is.
We have often talked about.
May have mentioned it.
You do. Yeah.
But it's going to be a little while. Isn't going to go for Infinity Edge second or anything like that. You can kind of do that and get away with it, but who wants some attack speed in the build?
Especially in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So how many people in chat do you think are making the Cassiopeia no boots joke?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Let's check.
There's always one.
I can't see
it. If not, Twitch chat, you're letting us down. You know, you have one job. Well, you don't.
There's just a bunch of people standing up for Rich and what he's trying to achieve. And I appreciate that.
He is a good dude, by all accounts.
All right, well, Croco are going to be taking this crab, and the bros retaining control of the map.
They are slowly getting further and further ahead. Most of that gold is just on the Crocodile, but let's not kid ourselves. A very fed Renekton with Otacon and the next Drake coming up is a pretty big deal. As Polu
gets the blue.
So going for Zeke's, haven't seen that in a while.
That's an odd move.
2 items done for Teddy now. Not quite there yet for Hype, but he is probably going to look to get that on his... Because did cash out the call on the next wave, maybe? But he needs the base, because he needs to get a second item before this Drake contest comes through.
He does have a few moments in order to do it, so if he does go back now...
Yeah, there's the Hex Gates, actually. He should be fine. Does he have the money, though?
Well, that's the main thing. Needs a Crit Cloak and to complete the recipe, so maybe not. He did buy relatively recently. Split
I guess
the gap
not.
there to
Ooh,
Croco.
that's big. Polu TPing in.
He does have his Merc Treads now complete. Remember, the next kill, that's what secures feats of strength as well. Any sort of pick is going to be even more meaningful for either team, as it's going to be upgrading their shoes. Closer's shoes not going to be upgraded, but Cassiopeia still gets a bit upgraded. It's okay.
Teddy is so big. I think with the 2-item spike on the AD carry. Oh.
Sometimes you just want to press R.
Yeah, I think he was trying to predict Sponge's EQ, and then he just didn't.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Well, Closer's going to stand his ground here. Miasma does go down as Andil. Not going to be dashing off that one, but he still takes a lot of damage. Croco getting out of there because he does the same thing. Primal Surge might be able to keep him around, though. The sustain here for the bros is going to be a little bit better.
Both top laners are backing, looking to TP in. This could be the fight that decides the game.
Yep, Morgan, very scary on this Crocodile, as we know, but it looks like Bro might be giving this up. Let's see how this one's going to go. The teleport comes in, and Morgan with the rest of his team, and he's just walking forward. He's like, guys, I am huge, and I will be able to take these guys down. Sponge gets out of the pit. Croco gets in. There's the Magnet Storm, and they've caught 2 out of position. Down goes the Rise. Yeah, who didn't get the memo that they were backing away, and they secure the Dragon. The Bros are looking to try and do it again. That's Feats of Warfare as well, locked down, and they get the second Drake for themselves.
Might not just be that. They might be looking for Otacon as well.
Is this a bridge too far? The answer is probably not, because there's no Rise for another 20 seconds.
There's no Teddy. He's walking way over from mid lane. I don't think they have the damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have On the Hunt available.
Right, Sponge.
As there's a little knockback onto Morgan. They're going to look for the turn angle. Cataclysm onto Closer, who's standing his ground. Teddy gets stunned up, but he's doing a pretty good job standing his ground. There's the dash around from the Cassante, but he just doesn't have any money. Oh god, Sponge! Highway robbery as Polu comes on over, but he's not able to stop him. Teddy will go down as the slices and dices come in, but Otacon is such a big prize, and Yehu, he's going to turn back up. The triple knock up from Sponge. They take down the Kaiser, and it's DRX that are able to get it done. Morgan will go down, and I have a feeling that that emote is going to be necessary. The shaky hands for the Renekton out of frustration here for the Bros, unless they can get some sort of psycho turn. I don't know about that one, as out goes Croco, and he's not even able to get his Raptors, I don't think. Man, it was so good when they took the Dragon, and that was when we needed to cut the video.
I'm a bit perplexed. I'm a bit at a loss for words there, Atlas, because that game should have been donezo. And I want to highlight what happens here is, bro, I think kind of get lost in the sauce, because what happens is we have a complete turn. If they just help closer, they win the fight.
Yeah.
If they just kill Rich immediately, they win the fight. But the fact that DRX get to keep the leash, get the TP in, get the Otacon, as well as the fight win, might end up deciding the game. Now, I want to make it very clear, this game is not done. This was big for DRX, but they were losing. Gold lead, I think, is still about 1.5K for Bro.
Yeah, something like that. But Otacon is a lot, right? Otacon is actually incredibly high value.
Basically, it's even, is what we're saying.
Polu
died.
Polu died again. Okay.
Not ideal.
Croco is making rifts. He's looking to make another Summoner's Rift.
Yehu
give it
got
another try.
kill.
Yeah, he's 5-1.
Yup.
That's a... Wow.
It's a big rise.
Yeah, I just don't quite remember when that happened.
Oh, he's been involved with 6 out of the 7 kills.
Yeah, he's having a great game.
Polu.
Oh dear. Just,
very straightforward.
Was caught in a place on the map that he wasn't allowed to be.
Just trying to clear vision as Morgan might have to take matters into his own hands. Can he get the plasma stack for Hype?
Now he's going to try, as Rich goes all out, and then he's all out of options, unfortunately. And Hype comes on over. That is going to be another one picked up. He now has his Infinity Edge done, so this Kaiser now able to fight on a little bit more even footing. Teddy is going to make it a little bit uneven after he finishes his Infinity Edge, but it's taking a little while. And it's even a slight gold advantage here for Hype as well.
Actually, we're Riftmaker did Croco,
yeah.
So kind of cool.
It's a build. He's building some items, making some stuff happen. Curious as to what's happening next, as far as that build is concerned. Maybe it is just going to be Leandre's coming in afterwards, just pretend to be Rumble after this. Might be kind of the way to do it.
At this point, just go Redemption, bro. Just embrace the Redemption Olaf energy.
Honestly,
you're going for I'm not even joking. Like, Redemption into the DRX comp actually goes really hard.
Or just Rabadon so that your Primal Surge just does so much more healing.
Yeah, but it's not team-wide, right?
No, it's not.
It's nice.
But maybe you don't need your team to live, you just need Morgan.
Well, I would say you just need Hype, actually. But I do like your Morgan propaganda.
No, I'm committed.
You are. So, the game is basically even, especially taking into account Otacon. But we're up a Dragon. I think DRX have a slight scaling advantage, but that does really fall apart if, like, Teddy is ever out of position, right? Because then...
Ignore that -1 because it was Morgan, so it doesn't count. He didn't need that money.
Atlas, are you familiar with the term biased cost?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure?
Yeah. I know, because I'm biased towards Morgan.
Okay.
Right.
Just making sure. Yeah. Well, that was.
I think it's different when you're biased towards a player rather than a team.
Well, it's also, again, I've said this many times, but we're never called out for actual biases.
I think
they're
you're also
so easy.
I think you're also allowed like 2, right?
So in your case, it's Beryl and Morgan.
Yeah.
And Deft, but Deft is, retired, right?
Yeah. He's in military at the moment.
What are mine? Lucid?
Croco. Oh, I guess you did sort of forfeit your time. Oh, Flag and Drag into the Realm Warp. That's pretty cute. As DRX is just going to look for a little bit of a Baron steal.
I think it's gone.
I think the Bros know that this is happening, but can they actually do anything about it? That's the question.
I think they're too late.
Yeah. Probably going to get held out of the pit here as Andor just buying space, and the spear is not going to land. DRX highway robbery. They'll be able to steal away the purple buff.
That's the rise value.
There it is.
Right there.
And that's why you can't give up vision control around that area, even for a moment.
Well, they knew, right? And I actually think Croco could have made it. Just didn't have the time. They're going to get Soul Point, but Soul Point for Nash, that's not worth it. It was Soul, no-brainer. Now they got to hold on tight and pray that they get the opportunity to get themselves to the Hextech Soul somehow.
It's going to be the big one. Sponge and Yehu getting to work on this inner turret. That is going to extend the gold lead here for DRX. As they move to about, 3K Red Bull Baron power play here. And Croco possibly caught out of position unless it's a cunning ruse. Rich making his way over. Hype, we know that he's in danger. Does he know? That's the real question, as there's Yehu flashing on top. The flash out immediately there from Hype as well. Shattering Strike, not something that Rich really cares about. As DRX keep all these Barons alive, look for a bit of a reset.
I know what the other one was. It was Pace.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy. Well, Yehu has a cool hat.
I actually have a lot, now that I think about it.
Yeah, there's a few. And I'm sure it's not just Morgan and Barrel for me as well.
As Yehu, as you highlight, picks up the Rabadons, was already a complete menace, machine gunning down everyone in his sight. Morgan should be finishing his third item.
This is a huge swing, though. The gold was
it is
pretty firmly in Bro's favor.
That said, Bro can actually just sit and not do anything for the next, 8.5 minutes. They can, right? Because they're sitting at Soul Point. DRX is nowhere near. The real issue, again, is what do you actually scale towards? And it really is just Cassio and Hype.
It's a bit cute. On the Hunt does come down. That's a good charm on a closer, but they don't really get any real damage. On the Hunt, now on cooldown. In fact, both bottom laners using their buttons.
TPs!
Oh, God, okay. Both top laners going to join the backside of this fight as Morgan, he wants out. He's got sliced into his dice, and he's just getting out of the way. Man, I thought that was going to be so much more exciting and cool than it was. That's okay. It's a tense situation here.
There is no objective. These teams are just... Well, obviously DRX trying to get value out of the Rebel Baron power play, which was fine. Sponge?
Yeah, doesn't quite find the flag and drag there as Croco is able to pounce his way out. Yeah, who is so scary, though. They do back out of the way of this rise. Even the ricochets, man. Oh, Teddy is really starting to hurt. And late game is where this man thrives.
You can see the nerves. They know how important. This match is really big deal. Want to highlight, again, bottom two are out. DNF, they're not technically locked yet, but they are in, obviously, a very deep hole right now.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be one of these two teams in 9th place.
Yeah.
It's them or BNK, most likely. So getting a direct win over your opponents is a really big deal. And for BRION, really, a lot of their wins, funnily enough, came against teams on the other side.
Group. Exactly.
Legend group, not against their direct compatriots. Here in the Rise group, for DRX, what a big win it would be. Means that they equalized the score.
This is kind of crazy, though, because the Baron is now worn off. Yes, they eliminated all the inner turrets. They got themselves a decent gold lead, but it's only decent. It's only 3K.
Yup.
We have another fight that's going to happen in a minute and a half, approximately, on this Hextech Dragon. And it's going to lead directly into a Baron immediately afterwards. Depends how much milling about we're going to do to see whether both of these objectives are up at the same time or not. But man, this has gotten very tense, very, very close. When it did feel at different, separate moments, each team would run away with it. Felt like that Baron play was a huge backbreaker. But it turns out, Bro were able to weather the storm. They didn't throw away any more.
The main thing is the map control, because once you have that Baron, containing or keeping map control is a lot easier, as we can see here.
Yeah.
Right? Bro still hasn't really been able to fully retake.
There's also this Rise problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a problem the entire game, right? Like, the lead is getting kind of ridiculous. But what I want to really highlight is that because of this, I think Bro just gives this next Drake. I actually don't think you can test, because I think that if you don't, you're going to be able to get to a 4th item on Hype, to a 4th item on Closer, and those are big breakpoints.
Yeah.
Like getting Void Staff, I think, is a big deal. Obviously, for your Renekton, for your Nidalee, it doesn't feel that great. But if you lose the game, or if you flip the game here, and you don't get the Dragon, might just be the end of it. And for Bro, I think the target selection is a lot harder. They need to somehow find a flank with Morgan. If he can't get into the enemy backline, I don't think he can win the fight.
And it's so frustrating as well because
look at Teddy.
You need to kill both Yehu and Teddy immediately at the very beginning of the fight. Spell Shield gonna get popped here. But the Bros, they are looking for it. They want to fight for this 5 seconds, and Croco getting dove on here by Ando. The Dragon has now spawned. Oh goodness, are we flipping for Hextech Soul?
Oh yeah, bro, 1-2, for sure.
Well, they're going to start this one up. Oh my goodness, it's taking so much damage. Morgan is just going to be Hexgating over. Rich will follow him. The quickness gets into the backline, but where is the follow-up as Morgan flashes over? And Rich uses it as a way to taxi his way forward. They take down the Jarvan. The Killer Instinct, oh no! He didn't really want to do that, but fortunately they did have a Crocodile, but it may not be enough. Closer is still alive. Yeah, who is so big, and in goes Croco. Handle, I just don't think he'll have any sort of assistance here, and Yehu has to do it alone. He has to be the hero, but he's on the miasma, and he's taken by Croco, and they have the Hextech Soul. I didn't even see the Dragon go down. This is absolute cinema, and I love it.
Mayhem, Atlas. I don't even know what happened. We're gonna try and do our best.
Look at Morgan, man. He's like, I've been rune prisoned. Teddy doesn't have spell shield.
Morgan actually takes care of 2 people. Croco is just ensuring they get the smite. Gets it at 11-11. And even if this fight doesn't go their way, just that, I think, was enough. As long as they don't decisively lose it, to be a win. Right? Because Hextech Soul, I think, is the most broken sword in the game. Yeah. But then here, the heal value is actually crazy. Therefore, Croco...
Yeah, Closer had a pocket healer. It was like watching, WoW Arena. You know, and they just didn't kill
Croco,
the resto
he
shaman.
was wobbing and weaving, he was getting that line of sight.
And in the meantime, Sponge is just dead! Okay, welcome back to live, ladies and gentlemen. The jungler is now down, and the Bros... Oh, there must have been an influx. It must have been you guys yet again. The purple in the chat has now transferred into the game. And is now a buff surrounding the Bros as they march towards DRX.
Pay to win in my LCK.
Oh, absolutely, and we love to see it. Capitalism, baby. As all right, the Bros now just diving. They know they can see it, and they've got Hextech Soul. Man, it is so disgusting. Down goes everything. Hype is collecting a triple kill, and Teddy turns up. Just like Donald Glover with the pizza, it's a quadra under the inhibitor turret. Inhibitor to follow here, and the Bros, they are done with this. They want to go home. It's about 11 p.m. And yeah, out of the death chamber and straight back in there once again. Could have potentially been a pentakill there for Hype, but instead it's Croco that locks it down, and the Bros do it again. Back-to-back reverse sweeps here in their first week of this round. They're looking good.
A lot of excitement.